very accomplished player here in North America. And for G2, I think they have some growing pains at the moment during their bracket run, but maybe not here in the beginning. The leading scorer for North America in Chicago, able to score here in the first 30 seconds.
And you see Raze Bolt trying to get that out of the way from JNaps, but Chicago turning quickly. Already G2's Chicago there first. Time ticking away. Last chance for Complexity to tie this up. And nobody from Complexity anywhere close to that ball. G2 win a tight one in game one.
And you got to give a lot of credit actually over to Complexity.
That Vanguard that's leading to some rebound chances. Still, they only managed to score one. Complexity's defense holds strong again. Rebound to Atomic, and he will score it. But it is tough to get it past this Complexity defense.
Yeah, I was about to say, AJG is not letting anything in today, and that's a quality save, but unfortunately, you know, G2 is going to have multiple players.
This is a critical matchup.
And especially when you consider that both these teams were at the last major, and both these teams had relatively different ways of going about the last major. But look at JNaps with the double tap off the back wall. G2 up by 2.
And there's that Chicago JNaps connection. And this G2 team, I don't know, Corelli, if you got JNaps pull saves in game 1, game 2, making plays, trying to keep Complexity close, but it's not enough. JNaps drops in another for G2.
Complexity stretching for this one, and you can see the relentless pressure again from G2. That time, AJG just not able to get the touch, came across too quickly. And G2, they've got players.
If they can get one late.
And it just goes to show, James, you know, what a lot of the good defenses here for, or defensive plays for G2 have been strong offenses. Another one put away here for Atomic, but it just feels like G2 hasn't really had to play a lot of defense because their midfield presence and their offensive third presence is so strong. And it feels like Complexity have just been...
Do you take a pause here? Do you take a tactical timeout?
Can you do that?
They need to figure something out.
Yeah, 4-0. It's just gotten worse here. You know, game 1, they adapted. We kind of credit them for that. They did a good job defensively. And to be fair, they fielded a lot of shots here from G2 and turned away 7 of them, or 8 of them rather. But still, it's not enough with the amount of pressure, with the amount of shots, with the amount of chances for that third man a lot more of the times than Atomic is. And so it's interesting to see how G2 is sort of finding them, falling into place, I should say, against some of these teams when we finally see them here in the competition.
And that did not take long. JNaps picking up where he left off. Chicago off the wall, getting that touch. Shad completely bamboozled. Raze Bull beat to the ball. The speed from G2, they are outpacing Complexity, who is one of the speediest teams out there.
And it's another early goal for G2. It seems like the start of every game, something goes wrong defensively for Complexity, and then they turn it around. Here comes another one. JNaps surely putting that one away. A quick 2-goal lead for G2. And James, I mentioned they looked a little shaky yesterday. Well, today, they are the beast here on the field. They have dominated.
You heard the desk. They weren't thinking G2 was going to do much. And now they might get the perfect sweep, and Chicago on the goal line, a redirect, beating out Complexity yet again.
And G2 taking full advantage of the space afforded to him, and you really got to have some. It's the G2 play style, and boy, is it fun to watch.
You know, I heard Daz say that they had a system, and it was messed up, but I don't know, this seems like a pretty good system to me. As Atomic drops it down and in. System upgrade for G2.
Upgrade, and everyone has been downloaded to Complexity, the first victim here for G2. Has been playing with them downfield, a minute and a half in. G2 4-0 in the scoreline, and Complexity leaving the net wide open. Atomic has the entire half of Complexity to look at, and he'll put it away.
Now, you ask yourself, what do you make of this? What do you make of this G2 team? The group stage seemed like they...
No, not even close. And they are 25 seconds away from being perfectly swept out of it. Chicago wants one more for the road. He'll get it 6-0. And G2 combined, it has been a phenomenal series from this squad. And you start to wonder what else can they do down the line.
You really do. Not a list you want to be on.
Wow, definitely not. And for Complexity, we will be saying goodbye. My goodness, G2 Esports looking dominant to kick things off here in the winter.